Hey guys, what is up? So this is going to be a little bit different than what I've done for the past for these final few episodes of the Umbrella Academy. Doing this mostly because I couldn't think of a way to review episodes 7 through 10, the last few episodes, 7, 8, 9, 10, without spoiling things. Because they bleed into one another. They are kind of the last act of this first season. So there's going to be some spoilers in here. Overall impressions of the show in general, I fucking loved it from beginning to end. Someone who grew up with Umbrella Academy and My Chemical Romance, and both parts are very near and dear to me. Umbrella Academy is, I've said before, my favorite comic series. Yeah, to see this show translated and adapted so well is just smile-inducing on every level. Every time I watched an episode, every minute of every show was really amazing to me. Because the vibe, the characters, yes, they changed things. Yes, they combined some stuff. Yes, they did some new things to tell a story. But overall, I think it's up there for me personally as one of the best pure adaptations as far as, maybe not pure is the wrong word, but taking the property, translating it to a new medium, exploring different avenues, but being faithful to the source material. It wasn't a Sin City or 300, this kind of shot-for-shot remake, and it wasn't something like a Dragon Ball Evolution that just completely shat on everything that the fans wanted. This is a true marriage of the best of both worlds. So that's my overall thoughts. There's going to be some spoilers here because, this is the Apocalypse Suite, these last few episodes. This is Vanya turning into the White Violin. We get to see her feeling more and more ostracized, the family trying their best to come to terms with what's happening as the apocalypse looms nearer and nearer. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, my favorite part, I love White Violin. I love that character so much. And seeing how they handled her as the further and further they got, the further and further that she fell down to this abyss, she used more powers, her skin getting paler and paler and paler until she straight up turns into White Violin. Much like Spaceboy having the gorilla body, I was so worried that they weren't going to do that. I was like, I would have been okay if they didn't do it, but I geeked out hardcore. I fanboyed pretty hardcore that when you see her in the white suit, the White Violin, white skin, blue eyes, all that stuff, it was amazing. I adored it to death. I really, really did. The development of Hazel and Cha-Cha, seeing Hazel get kind of this weird redemption arc and this really interesting love story, and really focus on what would you do if you didn't have much time left to live. Number 5, realizing how important his family is to him. Well, all of the entire family realizing that. Doing some really interesting stuff that's not in the comics with Klaus and Ben. I adored that. I really did. I thought that was a really interesting use of powers to elevate them both, to keep Ben as a character. Where again, I keep reiterating this for anyone who doesn't read the comics, Ben is almost a non-factor in most of the comics. He's shown in a couple flashbacks and mentioned here and there, but very rarely is number 6 ever part of anything in the comics. So that was really cool. I loved how they handled kind of Klaus's PTSD throughout, him falling in love, him losing this love from the scene at the VA to him in the club, to him kind of redeeming himself. Same thing with number 1 and Allison. And there's so many great things that happened in this season. And they ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, again, changing a little bit from the comics, but I really love how they handled it, because the way they ended episode 10, the way that the cliffhanger, it really leaves it to where if they wanted to, even though they've kind of shown a lot and played a lot with what happened in Dallas, volume 2 of the comic series, they could totally go into that if they wanted to, and do a lot of time travel stuff there, timey-wimey stuff there. If they wanted to go into a completely new direction, they could. If they wanted to play with Hotel Oblivion stuff, they could. I think they've left it this place where it's a very smart way to end it for possible future seasons. Knowing how positive the response has been, and how it's hitting people, not just comic fans, not just Mike Kim or Gerard Way fans, but it's hitting a ton of people. I mean, my aunt has been watching it. The friends that have never watched or read any Umbrella Academy or listened to Mike Kim, they've been watching it. This is getting a far reach, and I think this is proof that as much as I like the Marvel Netflix shows, this is my comics heart, this type of stuff. So of course I'm biased, but I think this proves that, you know, Netflix doesn't need Marvel. This can be a very viable option, and I hope like hell they do it. And plus, I hope maybe they expand it a little bit more to some of Gerard's other comics. Because if I could get a now I'm getting greedy, but if I could get a Fabulous Life of the True Killjoy, the Danger Days show, yeah, I'm just going to erupt in pure happiness, because Umbrella Academy and Danger Days, I love them both so much as comics, and they're kind of, whether it be Black Parade or Danger Days the album, kind of their music equivalents. My one pet peeve with the show, and this is the most minor pet peeve, I really liked that they ended with the Gerard Way, Ray Toro, Hazy Shade of Winter cover. But there's a big part of me that really wanted them to end on the Kill All Your Friends B-side, the B-side from Black Parade that is very inspired and written around the same time as Umbrella Academy. So, but again, I can't have everything. So it was an awesome ending, awesome all around. I loved it from beginning to end. I want to thank every single one of you for watching the Umbrella Academy review videos. I know they're not getting by any means crazy numbers, but numbers that I'm really proud of, and some of you guys' comments has been awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to be continuing to reviewing Doom Patrol, reviewing the ongoing Umbrella Academy comic coming out. Some other comics, have some music stuff coming out, so continue on here. You can catch me on my podcast, Blah Blah Comics, on the Night Nerd Network. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, all that kind of stuff. But until the next project, thank you guys so much for being part of this. I'm excited for Season 2. And my last question to you guys, what would you like to see in Season 2 of Umbrella Academy? Would you like to see them go the direct Volume 2 Dallas route? Something brand new, go over to Hotel Oblivion, something, maybe some kind of weird crossover thing. What would you like to see? Leave a comment below, let me know. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video shortly.